In today's dynamic educational landscape, teachers are continuously seeking innovative approaches to engage their students and enhance learning outcomes. One powerful strategy gaining popularity is the station rotation model, which is considered to be a flexible and student-centered instructional approach. So in this video, we will explore the concept of station rotation, its background, theoretical underpinnings, implementation strategies, benefits, and challenges in modern classroom. What is station rotation model? Station rotation model is a type of blended learning approach where students rotate between different learning stations both inside and outside of the educational building. The classroom is divided into multiple stations. The teacher determines the rotation schedules. Each station has different assignments, but they all have the same learning goal. The activities at these stations can be done individually or in groups with the teacher's guidance. Additionally, there is a usual one rotation where online learning is used. The station rotation model has roots in the early 2000s, when technology started to transform educational practices initially embraced in online and distance education settings. The concept gained attraction as an educator. It lies in the potential to cater the diverse learning styles and personalized instructions. Over time, station rotation has evolved to encompass a broader range, first subject in the grade level from elementary to higher education. The station rotation model is based on several theoretical perspectives that informed its design and the implementation. For example, one of them is constructivism, which emphasizes the active engagement and the construction of knowledge by learners by participating in a hands-on activity and collaborating with others. Students can construct their understanding of the subject matter. It also includes a social learning theory, which highlights the importance of action and the observation in the learning process. In this case, students can develop their skills and knowledge by absorbing the learning by others. And finally, zone of proximal development, which refers to the range of tasks that students can perform as guidance and support of more knowledgeable others such as teachers or peers. In this model, students can receive individualized attention and support at different stations, allowing them to work in their own pace and receive assistance when needed. Now, let's talk about strategies that you should take into account while implementing the model. So the first step is to divide classroom into different stations where students can move between them. There should be at least 2 stations. In each stations should have a different assignment but with the same learning goal. Teacher plays a crucial role in this station rotation model by occupying one of the station and providing one-on-one training to students. This personalized station will provide in their learning process. The second is blend individual and collaborative activities, meaning their activities at each stations can be both individual and collaborative. So students can work independently or in groups, and the teacher can be also present at the station to provide a guidance and support. One of the station in the rotation model should involve online learning. So this allows students to engage with the digital resources and the tools enhancing their learning experience. The third one is use a timer and set schedule. To ensure that students can rotate between different stations and spend and appreciate the amount of time at each, so this helps in maintaining a structured schedule to keep the students on track. And finally, don't forget to tailor instruction to student needs. Okay, to make it understandable, I will give you an example. So let's imagine that I need to plan the organization of a surface of water treatment course. So of course, first things first, I'll start from defining my learning objectives. So my learning objectives are that the students will be able to first is to understand the principle and the process of water treatment. The second one is analyze the various treatment methods used to purify surface water for human consumption. The third one is evaluate the significance of a water quality monitoring and compliance with the regular standards. And lastly, applying the theoretical knowledge to real-world scenarios in defining water treatment strategies.
I'm arranging 5 stations. First is online learning, laboratory experiment, teacher-led discussion, problem solving, and presentation debate.
For today, we will use the station rotation model. Even though we are in one video, I will guide you as if you are moving from one station to another. So imagine that you are going through different learning activities step by step. So we have 5 stations and each one has a task for you. Let's start with the first station. So instead of watching a video, I will explain it to you. So there are 3 main steps in water treatment. The first one is sedimentation. This is when heavy dirt settles at the bottom. The second one is filtration. This is when water passes through materials like sand to remove smaller particles. The third one is disinfection. This is when chemicals like chlorine are used to kill bacteria. Now, think about this. Why do we need to follow these steps? Now, let's move on to the second station. Since we are not in the lab, imagine this. You have a dirty water, sand, gravel, and cloth. So if you pour the water through these materials, what do you think will happen? Alright, so the water becomes clearer, right? So this is because the materials act as a filters. So remember, filtration removes dirt, but it may not remove all bacteria. Now let's proceed to the third station. Now let's discuss, let me ask you a question. What happens during sedimentation? What is the purpose of filtration? Why is it disinfection important? So it is important, sedimentation removes the large particles. Filtration removes smaller dirts. Disinfection kills harmful microorganisms. That's why all steps are important. Now, let's proceed to the station 4, which is the problem solving. Now, let's challenge your thinking. Here's a situation. A community is using a river water that looks brown and dirty. So if you are the one in charge, what will you do and what make the water safe? So think about your answer. Alright, first, use sedimentation, then filtration, then disinfection. So this shows that you are applying what you have learned. Now, let's proceed to the station 5. Now, imagine that you are preparing your answer in front of the class. Our solution is to use filtration and disinfection because water contains dirt and bacteria. Now, let's imagine someone disagree. That's okay. In a debate, you must explain your idea clearly, give reason, respect others' opinion. So this helps you think deeper and learn more. And that's our lesson for today. So even without moving around or watching videos, you were able to understand water treatment, think about how it works, and apply it to real life situations. So before we end, let me ask you a question. Why is it water treatment important to our health? So always remember, clean water saves lives. So thank you for listening and see you in our next lesson. Bye.